Hi there. Welcome to Apple World. The web has been as of late tossed into shock when some insight about Lizzo's previous artists approached to uncover her as a deceiver and a domineering jerk. Yet she is currently emerging to deny these charges, investing such a lot of cherishing time into the world. Once in a while, I feel like the world simply doesn't cherish me back. You all. She is asserting that the artists are lying since they're attempting to get some cash out of her, and the claims are absolutely misleading. So what in the world is continuing and who's covering for who? Not Lizzo, and is it being affirmed by her previous imaginative chief? Lizzo has been sued by 3 of her previous artists for supposed lewd behavior and establishing an unfriendly workplace. So the web has been wrecked since Lizzo got uncovered by her artists on allegations of being a harasser and something of a poser. Presently, when I say she got uncovered, I'm not discussing her getting hauled or gotten down on via virtual entertainment on the grounds that these artists really didn't come to play. They skirted the entire online entertainment trickery and jumped directly into suing her. Discuss taking care of business. Presently, on the off chance that you're asking why the web is all ready to fight about a private matter among Lizzo and her artists. Indeed, this is on the grounds that it's not only a private matter since it paints Lizzo as the miscreant. Since she initially began her vocation, Lizzo has been continually fat, disgraced, and disparaged via web-based entertainment as a result of her body and her weight. There are generally individuals who have a ton to say regarding her, and the remarks aren't exceptionally great. So in the event that there's one individual who knows firsthand the way in which it feels to be a casualty of fat phobia, it's Lizzo. She never conceals how severely the remarks cause her to feel when she sees them since she decides to open up to her fans. I'm focusing on the world. So dislike the world, simply don't adore me back. Be that as it may, because of all the disgracing she got, she became something of a backer for her body's energy. She advised ladies to cherish their bodies regardless of what size they are. And blah, blah, blah. She even guaranteed that the reason she was so vocal about body-disgracing picture issues was that she needed to be a wellspring of motivation for greater ladies who get disgraced for their bodies. I'm doing this for the large number of people of color later on who simply need to carry on with their lives without being examined or placed into boxes. I won't do what you all believe that I should do, ever. So become acclimated to it. Furthermore, because of this, many individuals saw her as a legend for larger than expected ladies, which is why it was stunning to figure out that it was every one of the hoaxes since the artist told it. She isn't by any stretch, in actuality, what she professes to be via online entertainment. Her whole open picture revolves around being a positive individual. So to figure out that this could be in every way phony has been a great deal to unload. Presently, I realize that a ton of big names imagine via web-based entertainment since, all things considered, they should be in great graces for the fans. So they claim to be great individuals, despite the fact that they are finished at openings. All things considered. Definitely. We as a whole know and expect this out of VIPs. Yet this Lizzo circumstance was as yet unforeseen in light of the fact that she was essential for the minimized gathering she professed to battle for. So what precisely did her artists uncover her for? Indeed, as indicated by the court reports, the claim was brought against Lizzo by 3 of her previous artists, Ariana Davis, Precious Stone Williams, and Noel Rodriguez. It would not be difficult to expect that the 3 ladies would be frantic in light of the fact that they got terminated, yet that is not the situation by any stretch of the imagination in their claim. They guarantee that they had supposedly been exposed to sexual, strict, and racial provocation, incapacity separation, attack, and misleading detention by Lizzo. Excuse me. What? Indeed, the ladies guarantee that Lizzo was something of a tyrant, and she frequently constrained them to conflict with their desires to do what she needed, regardless of whether it wasn't comparable with their dance or movement. The claim recorded an occasion where Lizzo took them to a grown-up naked bar and caused them to do things that they weren't happy with. The lady guaranteed that Lizzo didn't actually let them know that they were going to a spot like that, and they would have declined on the off chance that they had known. The claim went further to say that the headliner of the night was a club called Banana Bar, where benefactors are permitted to cooperate with totally naked entertainers while at Banana Bar. Things immediately went crazy. Lizzo started welcoming cast individuals to alternate contacting the naked entertainers, getting grown-up toys sent off from the entertainers' privates, and eating bananas distending from the entertainers' privates. You all better believe it. That is somewhat abnormal and exceptionally screwed up. One of the artists, Ariana Davis, likewise uncovered that Lizzo constrained her to contact one of the new artists, even after she repeatedly said that she would have rather not. Ariana guarantees that Lizzo didn't pay attention to her dissent and demanded that Ariana contact the new artist, implying that Ariana would get terminated in the event that she didn't agree. She would have rather not lost her place in the dance group, so she had no real option except to follow Lizzo's desires. Presently, this has all been extremely awful up until this point. However, the most terrible part is on the way. As indicated by Ariana, Lizzo likewise exposed her to a crazy measure of fat disgrace. What's more, that is totally foul, since, like I said, she has been a survivor of fat disgracing and knows how it harms. Thus, why, for heaven's sake, could she do exactly the same thing to another person? Additionally, what is this entire thing about her waiting to be a supporter? No doubt, assuming this is valid, it's deceiving. Ariana guaranteed that Lizzo would disgrace her time and again. Lizzo purportedly called out Ariana before different artists, disgracing her for putting on 2 or 3 pounds and slamming her for not being focused on her occupation in light of her weight gain. The claim likewise expressed that Lizzo's inquiries regarding Miss Davis's obligation to the visit were not at all subtle worries about Miss Davis's weight gain, which Lizzo had recently pointed out. Despite the fact that Lizzo never expressly expressed it, these inquiries, joined by Lizzo's proclamations, gave Miss Davis the feeling that she expected to make sense of her weight gain and uncovered close private insights regarding her life to keep her work. Definitely, this is extremely upsetting, yet that is not yet every last bit of it. The claim likewise uncovered that Lizzo was a tyrant of some sort or another, and she loathed individuals at whatever point they confronted her. Furthermore, that got Ariana terminated. Lizzo was censoring the artists for drinking before exhibitions, and Ariana talked up to deny the allegations, which made Lizzo distraught. She could have done it without being confronted, and Ariana got terminated. After 7 days, they told her that it was a direct result of spending plan cuts, yet she could see through the BS and realize that it was every one of the consequences of her confronting Lizzo. Different artists engaged with the claim guaranteed that Lizzo, the executive's organization, frequently spoke condescendingly to her artists and upbraided them. What's more, get this, the main colleagues who got treated this way were the darker, larger-sized ladies in the group, which is unexpected considering that Lizzo is additionally dark and hefty. Presently, before you all go reasoning that these ladies were despising an ever-increasing number of individuals who have worked with Lizzo in the past, they are currently making some noise on the side of the claim. Her previous imaginative chief said for explanation, "I'm not part of the claim, but rather this was a lot of my involvement with my time there." Huge holler to the artist who dared to rejuvenate this. What's more, one of her previous artists added to this, saying, "I haven't been a piece of that world for a very long time," which is as it should be. I especially hail the artist's fortitude to uncover this, and I lament portions of my own insight. Yet, it deteriorated when movie producer Sophia Allison likewise uncovered that she ventured down as chief for Lizzo's narrative for this very reason. She said in 2019, "I traveled a piece with Lizzo to be the overseer of her narrative. I left after around 14 days. I was treated with such a lack of regard by her. I saw how haughty, egotistical, and unpleasant she is. My soul said to run as quickly as possible, and I'm so thankful. I paid attention to my instinct. I felt gaslit and was profoundly stung. Yet I've recuperated. This sort of abuse of force occurs excessively frequently now. This is extremely awful PR for Lizzo, and she hasn't arrived for her artists. Talking to her and uncovering her like this. As indicated by an insider, Lizzo is irate at the circumstance and has been telling individuals around her that the 3 ladies are lying about her great name. She accepts that she treats her artists and laborers reasonably and that the claims have no ground. The insider likewise added that Lizzo accepts that the claim is pointless and a money grab by the ladies since they're attempting to drain Lizzo and get some cash out of her. She is talking with her attorneys who are not entirely settled to battle the case as far as possible. Yet, meanwhile, her social rep is enduring an extremely hot shot since fans have been hauling her for rottenness. There have been loads of remarks making statements like, "I really disdain Lizzo so much. fabricating your entire image of being a positive individual who loves to inspire others while manhandling individuals who work for and with you is an alternate sort of insidiousness. Lizzo weight disgrace is insane. Not on the grounds that she's fat, albeit the incongruity, but since her entire darn vocation depends on her embracing her body and the affection towards your body and whatnot. Then, at that point, she does this. And I genuinely do whatever it takes not to worship VIPs since anybody can be a horrendous individual. Yet, Lizzo truly has taken the breeze out of me as somebody who has made a special effort to be seen as a place of refuge and a promoter for all individuals.